yo, what's going on? We are back, episode 23 of the Off the Top Rope podcast. Glad to be back. Glad to, get ready to talk about some hard-hitting topics, man. We're actually here on NBA opening night. Before I get into that, as always, I'm your host, co-host, I should say. One half the greatest tag team in the world. Chris, known as Southside Woodall on Twitter. You see it on the hat as well. Southside till I die, and one half of the greatest tag team in the world.
I am the best running back in the NFL. I am Jameer Gibbs. It's your boy Barry. Welcome back, y'all. Glad to be back. Like I said, man, two guys talking graps in the middle of the week. What a time to be alive, man. You know, when you think you got nothing to talk about, WWE just does that, whatever the hell they want to do, man. Just
good or bad.
good or bad, man. You feel what I'm saying? However you want to call it. You just can't beat it, man. So glad to be back. Crazy show today as always. So let's get into it. So ring the bell.
All right. Well, being that we are currently recording in the midst of NBA opening night and we have Rockets versus Thunder on the TV, I have decided it would be fun to open up the show with a little game. Essentially, we're going to do a word association of sorts. I am going to name a NBA player, and I would like for you to try to, I guess, liken them to their WWE counterpart, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
Obviously, it can be. We can probably do 5. I'll throw some legends. I'll throw some current players, and we just see where that goes, and a brief explanation of why.
Okay, all right. This is exciting. Let's get into it.
So for number 1, I'm gonna go with someone who's relatively, in the space of both WWE and the NBA, Tyrese Halliburton.
Okay, Tyrese Halliburton. No, I'm saying not a amazing scorer, but a good facilitator. Somebody you could throw in the ring with anybody. So, wow. This is tough. I'm in the spot. I'm trying to think. What you got? Trying to think.
For Halliburton. I think his counterpart for me personally would be Carmelo Hayes. Just because we know how good Melo is, and while he's not necessarily like the best in the world yet, like it's a lot of people know about him, and like even with as good as work as he's already done in his career, there's still much more to be desired. But at the same time, like he's still like criminally underrated.
Okay, so. Halliburton. What was Halliburton's thing last year? He was overrated. Somebody kind of similar to your pick. I'm gonna go Trick Williams. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to, when it's time for Tyrese the ball, he can either drop 25, or he gonna give you know what I'm saying, his double-digit assists. People say Trick is a wrestler who depends on other people, so I'm gonna say that. Great personalities, you know what I'm saying? They both, like you said, Tyrese, a big WWE fan. Trick gets better over time. Tyrese is just gonna get better over time. So I'm gonna say Trick and Tyrese. You know what I'm saying? Both big characters when it's time to shine. So I'm gonna say Tyrese and Trick.
All right. For 2, Stone Cold. No, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be naming an NBA player. LeBron James.
LeBron. I'm gonna say Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Because they make everything about them at all times. Yeah. No matter what's going on, man.
Hey, that's accurate. That's accurate.
I didn't want to do it for LeBron, but I think LeBron and Roman, it's all about them at all times. They make it about themselves. You know what I'm saying? We can see that. We'll talk about this a little later on with Roman. You know what I'm saying? Roman and Jay is that Bronny and Bron. So, yeah, 2 of the biggest know-it-alls in the game. They're always right. They're never wrong. So I'm going to say LeBron and Roman. So that's my pick for that one.
I, too, am going to go ahead and do Roman Reigns. Just because, like you said, they do make it about themselves at all times. Somehow, some way, the narrative becomes about them. But also, a lot of people. So it depends on who you ask. Some people may say Roman Reigns is the GOAT just off of the strength of those WrestleMania main events and of that title reign. A lot of people will say LeBron is the GOAT because of longevity, similar to the title reign. But while some people agree, it's agreed that maybe he's one of the best, but it's not like it's not a unanimous decision.
Yeah, because LeBron, he's not the overall basketball player like Kobe, Jordan, other guys like that. And then for Roman, he's not the technical guy. He's not the high flyer guy, but he draws the picture, and LeBron, they both draws the picture. And like you said, the one thing that we both was there, that 2016 finals, LeBron come back down 3-1, the Roman 4-year
coming back from the big dog stuff.
Yeah, they both just match up together. So yeah, I think we did good on that one.
This one should be a layup. No pun intended. Nikola Jokic.
Dang, I really want to say Sami Zayn. You know what I'm saying? Not the most athletic guys, but when it's time to get the job done, no, Jokic's going to give you that 10, 10, and 10. And then, like we said this consistently, Sami has been one of the best in the ring for a couple years now. So I'm going to say, not the most athletic guys in their field, overlooked a lot, but I'm going to say consistency. When it's time to get the job done, they do the job done. So I'm going to say Sami Zayn.
Ain't gonna lie, you lost me on that one. Because this is the comparison I see so much, and I've even seen an edit with these two. Gunther.
Okay.
Obviously, aside from them being like bigger guys, you could argue we're in an era where both of these guys maybe shouldn't necessarily succeed or be able to do the things they do at the high level that they do them. Especially Gunther working in a company that is not typically, you know what I'm saying? I'll say they're leaning more towards it and have been for the last few years. But a company that's not typically all about the wrestling and is more about like the theater and all that stuff. So I thought that was a good. I've always thought it was a good comparison for Gunther. Like, it's not even my own comparison, but like when people say it, like I instantly see it. So like both of them are, like I said, in eras where maybe they're not necessarily supposed to succeed, or in situations where they're not necessarily supposed to succeed, and they've made the best out of it and have given us like classic moments to remember.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's a fair one.
So far we have done Halliburton, Jokic, and LeBron. I think this one will be a bit of a challenge. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay, let me see. Shai. Consistent. You know what I'm saying? The aura. Dang, do I want to say Dom? You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking it.
I'm thinking Dom. You feel what I'm saying? Shai, the narrative of him being a free throw merchant. We have Dom now. He's taking more on his cheater role to get matches done. I think that's probably going to be like the easiest way to compare them. Young guys can carry the future. Been around for a while. Dom, me and you have been heavy on the Dom stock lately. Shai, he didn't start off in the Thunder. He started off with the Clippers and got traded. Dom was with Rey Mysterio, then broke off to the Judgment Day. So I think I'm gonna say Dom and Shai.
Okay. And I will also side with Dom being Shai. Just because while Shai is not like the best player in the world like just yet, like he's slowly been building that stock up, and like obviously he's the MVP. But like he's slowly been building that stock up, building that equity amongst like his peers and fans. And I think the same with Dom. Like, he's not necessarily the best in the world, but like he's built a lot of equity over the years. And like this year is proven to be like one of the biggest. Just like the last 2 seasons have probably been the biggest for Shai Gilgeous. I think this year has been like the biggest year for Dominic Mysterio, and it can only go up from here.
Okay, that's valid.
So we do have one more.
Just 2 personalities. Either give me one for Ant-Man or one for Victor Wembanyama.
Okay. For Ant, I'm trying to figure out, do I want to go somebody that's current or like in the past? Because Ant's like a trash talk, like in your face. LA Knight.
That was
LA Knight.
Mine was either gonna be LA Knight. I was either gonna say LA Knight or CM Punk, the whole rebel, not the cleanest cut guy, but when it's time to lace him up, I'll
go LA Knight.
I'm gonna smack you in the face. So I'm
a WWE comparison for Wembanyama. So
is Braun Breaker too easy?
Actually, no. I think that's very fair. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I was about to overthink it. I think Braun Breaker is a very fair comparison as far as an NBA counterpart for Wembanyama. Young guy who's going to be seen as the face of the company for the next 10, 15, maybe 20 years if he does everything right, takes care of his body, is already really good, has some valuable experience under his belt, with NXT, with being in the Intercontinental Championship, being a part of one of the top stables in the group. And you could argue, like, Seth Rollins in itself is a dynasty. Obviously being a part of the Vision, and Wembanyama being a part of what is a legendary franchise in the Spurs dynasty. So I can see that. Yeah, I think we did good on that. I think we can move from that. Fun. I like that. You gotta do some more games like that. So a couple things where just want to get thoughts if there are any. So apparently, the Andrade return to AEW was premature. He has not been mentioned on programming. It's been radio silent. People in backstage have been told just like don't mention him.
Yeah, he wasn't in the little Don Callis.
No,
nope.
It wasn't in the vignette. None of that.
Yeah.
And the reason for this being apparently there is a rule in place with TKO in their new contracts where now WWE has always had compete clauses. There have been 90 days. But it is said that if you are fired for cause, which they are saying is the wellness violation, allegedly, then you can't compete for up to a year. Now, from everything I've read over the past week, there were people in WWE that didn't even know Andrade had a non-compete. They thought it was just like, hey, like, get out of here. That was it. In addition to that, I found out today, because it has been a year since Samantha Irvin has left the WWE. Samantha Irvin is a ring announcer, by the way, or was a ring announcer, by the way. Has a 2-year non-compete clause. She has 1 more year left. I will just say this, because I believe that if you watch a product, like, you shouldn't pretend that it's all honky-dory, and, like, if they do some shady stuff, like, you should absolutely call it out. The non-compete stuff is ridiculous. And obviously, I think, like, wrestlers should just be able to wrestle. Like, if you've decided you don't want their services anymore, you need to let them go do what they do. And that be that. The Andrade shit is egregious. But the Samantha Irvin shit, what did you think she was going to go do after she left, bro? Like, I know that when she left, she expressed desire to, like, be more than a ring announcer. And the WrestleMania 40 kind of like caged her in because she's so good at her job. And like Samantha Irvin, for my money, is the best ring announcer I've ever heard in my lifetime.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's definitely up there.
So I think like WrestleMania 40 kind of like caged her in when we got the emotional and new, you know what I'm saying? But 2 years for a ring the non-compete is egregious in general, but 2 years for a ring announcer is crazy because I don't know what they think she's gonna go do. Maybe like manage her husband, but even still, bro, like 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, I hate being like the business head ass guy, but Andrade stuff makes sense because this is just like, okay, I can just take some bad pills or something like that. That's not super outrageous. Like who was it? Golden Tate. He failed like a drug test because he was on like some testosterone pills that helps increase, fertility rates. So that's like. So, like, small drug stuff like that, I can see, like, that could be, like, an issue for, like, these little fine print things. But, dang, like, Andrade, I don't know, like I said, if he's doing this on purpose to get out of his contract, you can have, like, these, like we said, Andrade has, like, the best lawyer in, like, the game. Can just get out of any contract, and he'll be on the different brand a week or 2 weeks later. Kind of crazy. We don't know what's going on from that, whether it is a wellness policy or if it was something.
I just don't think it is. And I don't like to accuse, like, these people of, like, being on the stuff. But, like, I don't know, man. Randy Orton.
AJ
Styles. People trying to say Cody Rhodes on that shit, but, like, I really do not believe that just because, like, it looks, like, very natural to me. But, like, yeah.
And plus, the older you get, the more you, like, get top heavy. Like, I don't think people understand that.
Yeah, like, so, like, I don't want to accuse these people being on the stuff. But if they are, like, Andrade is not the only one on the stuff. Let's just leave it like that.
I'm sure there's, like, some small loopholes to be on heads that are not like super illegal, like I said earlier, with some of this like different type of drug stuff. But
actually, there is one person I'll accuse because I don't give a fuck. Brock Lesnar is definitely on the stuff, nigga. There's a reason why that nigga get gas doing a headlock. Brock Lesnar is absolutely on that shit, bro.
Hey, listen, allegations. But that going back to Samantha, I had no idea about that. That's another unfortunate situation. I think for her, you know, you put so much promise into her, like you said, she's one of the best, and then for her to just be like, I kind of don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
I understand not wanting to be like handcuffed to like that particular thing because it's just I have no problem in the wrestling business with people seeing more in themselves than sometimes like higher ups do. Mm-hmm. And we've seen that like even maybe not necessarily with ring announcers, but like we've seen our performers, bro. Like Cody Rhodes left because y'all didn't see him as more than Stardust, and he went to go make himself something more than Stardust. Drew McIntyre was only seen as a guy that was supposed to be in a fake rock band or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand like seeing the value in yourself of like being something else. I think her being so good at her job just ultimately handcuffed her, but like she expressed wanting more, and if you don't see that for her, then like she has every right to leave. But a 2-year non-compete for someone who isn't even stepping foot in the ropes to do anything but make a ring announcement, crazy.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate like big businesses can find like so many loopholes.
Man.
Hold you down, so it's like it's really crazy. So I mean, I hope she finds something she could does. You know what I'm saying? She's putting music out, I think, doing other stuff. So you know, I just wish her the best, her and Andrade, for whatever they're going through. Just get back on your feet, please, because it's crazy out here. Fucking orange juice costs $10, so I hope you just find something soon, man.
And before I get into everything else, couple injuries. I think they said Jacob Fatu had a dental procedure. Niggas wrote a report and like we thought he was gonna be gone for like half of 2026.
Yeah, they made it.
They just said, bro, like everybody chill, bro. You just need a couple months. But doing a segment where his teeth is on the floor is fucking crazy.
I thought, like,
but it makes sense. They was like, this report gonna get out anyway. Just go ahead and put this nigga teeth on the ground, bro. Like, put some teeth on the ground. So well wishes to Jacob Fatu. I'm sure we'll see you soon. Glad it's not.
They was like it's non-wrestling. I was like, damn, I hope it ain't nothing.
Yeah, no, like when they said that, I got scared, bro. I was terrified. So well wishes to him. And I read something today. They're gonna address it on NXT. I don't know how serious it is.
Oh, with Sol
Ruka as a result of the tag team title match on Friday night. Well wishes to her as well.
Yeah.
So, while I did not get to fully watch Wrestledream on Saturday, I did get to watch the main event. I loved it, had some small critiques. My main thing was, well, one, apparently in St. Louis you can't like blade or like anything like that. It was an I Quit match, so like that kind of like takes away from it. You know, some matches are harmed by like not being able to run the blade. That was one thing. Another thing I had an issue with was Jon Moxley basically tried to kill Darby Allin. I don't have an issue with that. Let me keep explaining. Jon Moxley tried to kill Darby Allin throughout this match, and Darby Allin would not quit. Jon Moxley gets beat up by Sting, gets hit by a baseball bat a little bit. Darby Allin rallies. Darby Allin puts Jon Moxley in a Scorpion Deathlock. Jon Moxley quits. I'm not a fan of that. Like, I feel like you have instituted such a level of violence within this match.
Within your career, outside of
within your career too, yeah. But I just watched you try to kill a nigga. Like I just watched you try to drown this nigga, and he wouldn't give up. I watched you stick a skewer under his fingernail. I watched Claudio gorilla press this nigga and launch him over the table like a rag
so many clips of that, like from non-wrestling fans.
Dog,
this was like, this is what y'all be watching. I was like, first of all,
bro.
That's what Chris watches.
Hey, listen.
I watched The Fed.
I enjoyed the match, but it's just like, if you have instituted that, like, hey, like these niggas are gonna try to kill each other, you can't end the not quit match because you got put in the Scorpion Deathlock, bro. But the real commentary I wanted to talk about was that a former producer / wrestler got on Twitter and was basically just, you know, saying like, you know, when does it end? Like, kids are going to try to, you know, watch this stuff and emulate it. And I'm going to be honest, I thought that shit was stupid for two reasons. One, AEW ain't never you know what I'm saying, marketed that they are for kids. It's a TV 14 product. WWE used TV 14 when I first watched it. Yeah, it's a TV 14 product, but also I've seen plenty of stuff in WWE that I know just like not to emulate. But also, parents need to be parents, bro. Like you need to regulate what your child sees on the TV. And my thing was like, she said that, and she was like, "Yeah, somebody's gonna try." Like, nigga, I watched Kane attach a car battery to Shane McMahon nuts. You think I ever tried to do that shit to somebody? Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about, bro? Like, I just think that's really. I just thought that was a really stupid thing, and I thought I hate when people make bad faith. I know we don't talk about AEW as much as we probably should, but I hate when people make bad faith arguments in products that I know that they don't watch or like that they never intended to like anyway.
Yeah.
So I hate when people like make these bad faith arguments against AEW, and I wish it would stop. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I really hate it for both companies, but like it more so happens towards AEW.
Yeah, some stuff if you want to complain about something, complain about writing, production, you know what I'm saying, the camera angles. But to be just like a lazy take like that of kids yada yada yada. Bro, we were growing up I tried to be teach about my little cousin before, and I knew better. But it's like you said, man, just common sense. Parents watch what you watch. They knew, they told us, hey, y'all be careful, don't do nothing crazy, don't hurt nobody. Save it for the pool, you know what I'm saying, for the trampoline. Yeah, so that's kind of a lazy, boring take. And then plus, like you said, it's TV 14. It's on TBS. This isn't on Nickelodeon, the Cartoon Network.
Yep.
It's Turner Broadcast. This is cable. Know what you watch. Know what you're not supposed to be watching.
And honestly, I just feel like if you're watching a Jon Moxley match, really a Jon Moxley match, period. But if you're watching a Jon Moxley match on pay-per-view that's like, at bare minimum, no disqualification, you should probably get them kids away from the TV. They shouldn't even be on when they shouldn't be up when they.
You should know better, bro.
And on top of that, AEW the events be like 7 hours, bro. Put them kids to bed, nigga. What are we talking about?
I think I heard the event ran 5 hours.
Man, yo, I got home on Saturday, and I text one of my friends. Shout out Justin, he watches the show. I just text like the group chat. I'm like, nigga, is Wrestledream still on? He was like, yeah, Marks and Darby finna start right now. I said, oh, bet. I was like, I'm gonna catch something at least. But yeah, man, y'all stop making bad faith arguments to products y'all don't watch, bro. It is perfectly okay if you don't watch them. It's perfectly okay if it's not for you. Because at one point, AEW wasn't for me, bro. I really had to build a tolerance for certain shit. It's certain shit they do that I still won't watch. Unfortunately, that's gonna migrate to WWE because that certain shit was Chris Jericho. But anyway, yeah, man, like, stop. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But stop making bad faith arguments. That I don't know if you be seeing him on Twitter. That Raj nigga, Raj Giri or whatever his name is.
I gotta see him. I can't think.
Yeah, he was like, AEW pay-per-views cost $50. I ain't never paid $50, but he was like, yeah, like if I'm a customer and I paid $50 and like you open the show with pyro and it's a match still going on in the ring. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? That shit was awesome, nigga. I thought that was the funniest shit ever, that a match was still going on when they got off the pre-show and went live on air. And they just said, fuck it, let's set the pyro off. That shit was different, bro. I love goofy shit in wrestling. I love when they do different things, bro. Stop making bad faith arguments. You obviously do not like the product. You were never meant to like the product. It's okay. Yeah. AEW was always made for a different subset of wrestling fans, bro.
Yep. Hey, it's 2025. You can watch whatever you want to watch.
Dog.
I don't watch it sometimes. I don't want to. Rather watch other things else. But I'm gonna catch my highlights. I'm not gonna talk bad about it. It's just common sense, man. You just want to sound cool, but nobody thinks you're cool. So
wrestling is on almost every day of the week. There is something for everybody out there, bro. Stop these bad faith arguments. Y'all do not care as much as you think you do. It's tribalism. It's been very obvious. With that, we are going to move into Friday Night SmackDown, and we are on what is, I'll say, week 2 of a creative overhaul. And I'm still pretty impressed. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, listen, you better lock in, because, listen, the NBA dropped their little weekly thing.
Them niggas are on every day, bro.
I didn't know. I think like 2 weeks ago, I got college football on a random-ass Tuesday night. So they better lock in, because them ratings will go down.
And I meant to say that as well. Apparently, there's some new rating system. I haven't read up on it, but like wrestling is suffering a little bit. But like I think they'll be fine in the long run.
Yeah, like you said, it's like this summer. The summer, fall is kind of like the dead period. You know, it's not gonna lock back into SummerSlam. I mean, War Games. So
yeah, but what I was gonna say, and this is for like both of the big companies, please don't feel like because it's football season or because NBA is starting, like you should like give anything less than your like 100% for a product. Because ultimately, if you really want the most viewers possible, you're gonna do some shit that make somebody who watching the NBA game who also happens to like wrestling, like you want them to turn that shit off and be like, oh, like this is what's going on. So like, don't feel like you got to give your less than 100% because like fall sports are back. SmackDown didn't really open with much. It was a Cody Rhodes promo, just kind of addressing the loss at Crown Jewel. We obviously know him and Seth will do the dance again once Seth is well. I think we sent out well wishes last week, but well wishes to Seth. They say he underwent surgery on his shoulder. After the Cody Rhodes promo, we opened with Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss versus the team of Zaruka. As we know, Zaruka is the WWE Speed Champion and the Women's North American Champion on NXT. Zarya is, of course, NXT's resident powerhouse, or one of them, let me say that. Very solid match. Love everything that we've gotten from the Bliss and Charlotte pairing in 2025. I feel like I've gone at length about what it's done for Charlotte's character. But it's fun to still see it kind of like building every week. And in a way, I think some of it is rubbing off on Bliss, like in terms of what Charlotte's character kind of used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like they're sharpening each other in different ways, and they're taking different traits from each other. But definitely a fun match. No complaints. As we talked about earlier, Zaruka may have been injured, so well wishes and hopefully nothing too serious.
Like you said, it was a good match. Glad to see future current NXT stars on the big screen. You know, we got a Blake Monroe.
Blake Monroe cameo.
Nice. Yeah, cameo. That was good to see. Like somebody was joking that's her first time in front of a real crowd. So shout out to her.
Niggas are sick.
Tribalism, man.
Because she definitely was at Wembley before. Niggas are sick, bro. Niggas say anything. Go ahead.
But yeah, man, great. Like you said, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? We got a Charlotte Flair hot tag in 2025 is just so crazy to think about.
Yeah.
From where she's been. Good way to get the veterans win. Make the tag team titles seem a little bit more relevant, you know, because like you said, these tag team titles, you want to value them. You know, the best way to make them look good is to put them on TV and have different matches. Yep. This was a fresh start. You know, we were kind of getting tired of the Secret Harvest stuff. That was getting a little repetitive. So this was like a fresh way. Zarya, like you said, the powerhouse NXT, show her off. Future star of the company, Zaruka. People say she is the best finisher in the business.
I wouldn't argue.
We got to see that first in hand on live TV and in a live crowd. So that was great to see. And like I said, Blake Monroe, get her to the crowd, nice crowd, make us want to watch NXT. Like NXT is for like the real tryhards who like and just wrestling because it is one of the best shows. It's been a consistent show. Make us all right now. Maybe I'm not doing nothing on Tuesdays. I can turn this in for a couple of hours. I can turn this in for a little bit, see what they got going on. So this was a great show. I mean, great opening match. You know what I'm saying? Get the blood flowing for which was a pretty good Friday night, man. So I was excited about this match and I like the turnout.
Yeah, man. The U.S. Open Challenge, bro. So honestly, I didn't know who to expect this week. I had heard different things online. I had read different things. I didn't know who to expect. We got the return of the Mad Dragon, Ilja Dragunov. And boy, Ilja Dragunov looked like he ate Ilja Dragunov. And some new ink. I didn't hate it. Like it fits the character of anything, but like I didn't hate it. But yeah, sometimes you never know how much you fully miss a wrestler until they're either gone or you just like remember, or you see them back and you remember like what they brought to the product. Yeah. I forgot how like intense Ilja Dragunov was. And it feels like shoot intense, like legitimately intense, bro. Like everything he does is hard hitting. Everything looks like it hurts. And again, now that he's bulked up, like it looks insane, bro.
It's even better now.
Man, I was pleasantly surprised. Obviously, this U.S. Open title run has been like a fun one, and it's a testament to that. You don't need a super long championship reign
to have
for it to be meaningful.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn had that championship for a month and some change, and it felt like the most important thing on SmackDown sometimes.
In WWE, like
WWE,
it felt like
yes.
the it title.
Man, so look, scale of 1 to 10, how shocked were you when they pulled the trigger and had Ilja win?
8.9. We saw like the Solo interaction. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking Solo was just beating up everybody they see.
Yeah.
And then did he mention that he wanted to get like his family back on track? On that, was that
he did say that?
Was that before or after the match? I can't remember. But that kind of played into it. So then Solo coming out felt like then plus you mentioned how we keep saying this, how like the Blue Thunder Powerbomb is like the finisher now.
Yeah. Listen, that was probably one of the two. I want to say, what is it, 2 to 3 weeks that he spent like pinning people with the Blue Thunder Bomb, made it so worth it, because I went from it's a low key like underrated part of this U.S. title run, because there was one match I think with when I was watching the match with Cena, I was like, Blue Thunder. No. It was the match with Melo. I was like, man, like I tweeted something. I was like, it was a GIF, and it was just like, me believing that Sami Zayn is gonna pin somebody with the Blue Thunder Bomb, knowing it never pins anybody. And like the week he faced Melo, he Blue Thunder Bombs Melo, and Melo loses. I said what? Yeah. Then the next week it was Javon Evans. Then again, so when Ilja gets Blue Thunder Bomb, I'm like, all right, well they done set the precedent that like this shit wins matches now. So once that happens to Ilja, I'm like, yeah, this shit over.
Yeah, this was a great near fall contest, like just going back and forth. Ilja hitting like crazy counter reversals, Sammy doing the same thing. I love how like they have Sammy be like this veteran. I'm gonna outthink you in some of these moments. We see that a lot. We saw that with the Javon match, with the Melo match. Like the details in these matches have been so great that it just makes you love. It makes you love the game. It makes like this is why I got into the business of watching WWE, watching wrestling, for like these amazing matches. And then like this was an amazing TV match. People say this might have been like the best U.S. Open Challenge match. Yeah.
Like it went a couple segments too. Like SmackDown was like short in terms of matches. Like I ain't gonna lie, we got to like the end of the night. I was like, bro, what the?
Yeah, it's 9:55.
Yeah, like so that match itself was pretty lengthy.
Yeah,
and I think it did a lot to like. I think it did a lot to legitimize Ilja. Not necessarily that he needed it, but because he had been gone for a year and like you kind of like lose momentum. Like
like it's over. It's been over a year, and it's like damn, bro. Like, and then plus like you said, him bulking up and like the chops feel real.
He looks crazy.
The H-bomb just hits different now because like you feel like he's actually throwing all his body weight on you. Like he doesn't look like some scrawny, lean kid. He looks
incredible.
He looks amazing.
And I can only imagine what his workout routine is now, because like if you follow him on social media, it was already crazy. Like you'd see him do some shit and then be like, bro, like how do you even know you can do this? So like imagine what that looks like now that he's like
with the knee brace on.
Yeah, with the knee brace. Like imagine how that looks now that he's like bulked up. You know what I'm saying? Probably trying to keep himself in as best shape as possible. Because anytime you get injured and you tear a ligament, a doctor will always tell you like you really want it to be stronger than before. Yeah. Like you don't want to get back to where you were. You want it to be way stronger than before. So, hey man, hats off.
And if it's anybody who could carry like Sammy's legacy, which is crazy to say,
it's got to be him.
It's Ilja who makes you feel emotions in every match. Because like you said, man, the Blue Thunder Thunderbomb, it was getting kind of tiring. Ilja's matches, they're like intense. You feel every emotion. You feel every hit, every kick, every move set. And this is gonna be. So I hope they took notes of this, because Ilja's gonna be the future. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope the producers, writers just do the thing of carrying the legacy of that U.S. Open title match. Open challenge. So,
and we did forget to mention this, but there's been more progression in the Carmelo and the Miz story. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we're gonna get Melo and Miz soon, but I mentioned Melo because I don't know if you saw the series of NXT matches they had a year and a half, 2 years ago. We get that on the main roster.
Listen, man. That, and then even if they throw Trick in there, because Trick and Ilja was crazy, because Ilja just brought out a different mode of Trick, and then we didn't even talk about it, but Ilja's not bad on the mic. Like
Yeah, no, he's just as intense on the mic as he is like in the ring.
Like I can't wait for him to come out with the suit game. It's gonna be crazy because the future. We in good hands, man. So
we're in great hands. Also, after the match, I'm still very unclear on War Games because right now it looks like maybe it's like I don't know if it's the MFTs versus like a babyface team. I don't know if it's the MFTs versus the Wyatts, but like the MFTs putting everybody on notice. So interested to see where that goes.
I don't know, man. We got what a month in? Is it the end of it's the end of November?
Yeah, War Games is like Thanksgiving weekend.
So we got about a month.
A
month and a week. It's not looking the greatest right now. So hopefully after Saturday's main event, we get some more clarity.
Yep.
Because I'm not one of those hater guys who just hates on everything. But just the YS6, the way you present them, it has to be like certain stuff. Like Gacy and Loomis, they're good wrestlers, but the whole being a dynamic powerhouse of like these scary teams, and the presentation of the MFTs hasn't been the best. So I just hope that we get some clarity sooner than later because you don't want to. War Games is one of the big five or big four, so it has to be great. So
the Motor City Machine Guns versus Los Garza. No complaints about this match either. Actually, time goes by fast. I was not aware that this was last Friday made a year since MCMG had been in WWE. People like to say what they will about them in terms of like choosing to sign here or there or whatever. I think they've had like a really good. I don't know how long they're supposed to be with the company, but I think they had like a very solid first year. Really good to great, almost in my opinion. For someone who is new to the company, if you remember, they got a 2 out of 3 falls match at the Royal Rumble. Wasn't well received in person, but I think that was because it was directly after a Royal Rumble match. Terrible decision, but whatever. We're in some of those TLC matches. Obviously had some quality title defenses. If you remember, they beat the MFT to get that first tag team title. Get those first tag team titles within the WWE like 2 weeks after they'd been working there. So a solid first year for them. No complaints. Great chemistry with Los Garza as always.
Yeah, I think this is a good. This is something different for them. Coming from TNA, or they in New Japan or something like they were.
I think they were in New Japan.
Well, coming from the independent scene to the Fed is a whole different ball game.
Yep.
The production, like you said, they're having more personality now. If you stick them somewhere else, it's not really that much backstage stuff.
And again, you don't always know how a WWE audience is going to treat you.
Exactly, yeah.
Like when you get there.
But they have definitely helped to tag team, revive the tag team division in SmackDown, which was the best part of SmackDown for a good while. We seen that this week. We got Fraxium back. We got DIY back.
Yep.
Los Garza's back. Now we got Motor City Machine Gun back. So, like I said, man, let these guys take a break. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't want to go to work every week, every day of the week. So, You know what I'm saying? Let these guys, let us miss them. Let it breathe because next Friday, Axiom versus Johnny Gargano, that shit hit.
Eat it.
Yeah, that should be a great match. So, Motor City Machine Guns, good first year. They won the title in like 2 weeks. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
And plus, like you said, man, the tag team division carries SmackDown. It's only going to get better going forward if they do the right thing with this booking stuff with the Wyatts or the MFT. So I'm excited to see where they go from here, man. Like somebody was saying on Twitter, they've been in the game for over 20-some years.
Yeah.
I don't have to fight every week. Let me learn the backstage stuff, learn how to produce some matches, train the future, and just keep collecting WWE checks, man. I can't beat it.
I just don't see how people can say they kind of wasted away. Bro, you are a part of what is arguably the best tag team division, not just in WWE, but in the world, maybe, bro. Yeah. You've been a part of some of the greatest tag team matches that have taken place in the past year or so, bro. So I think again, I don't know how long we have them because as you stated, they are older, but I think this is a very solid first year for them, bro. And I'm excited to see what's next. Our main event for the evening.
How'd you feel about the Alistair and Zelina video package?
So I liked it. I didn't think it was too much I think it's one of these things where we're going to kind of learn about in the coming weeks, in terms of like what they're necessarily about, what they're going to do, who Alistair's going to have his sights set on. I don't know if this Damian Priest thing is necessarily like over with, because obviously, like, it didn't feel usually when somebody else gets involved in your rivalry, it doesn't feel final. Like, it feels like you have to have one more blow off, even though it was like a last man standing match. So I don't have too many thoughts on it. I'm just kind of like interested to see where it goes. But like, as I stated last week, like, sometimes the most obvious answers is like something you probably should have turned to a long time ago. Like, this pairing made so much sense just off of the strength of them being married. But also, like, you know, if you see some of the things they do like off screen, or like
they just be funny.
Yeah, like their Twitch, their social media, like it's this pairing has made sense for a long time, and I'm glad like they finally turned to it and done something different.
Yeah, like I'm kind of little happy we're kind of a little over the Zelina singles run. Great, she's great in the ring, but she just wasn't connecting with the crowd. Mm-hmm. So then, plus, if you know her, and Andrade in NXT was amazing. Yeah, she's a great talker. This is gonna be edgy for her. Alistair, you know, he can work on the mic. He's got some personality, but this brings out a whole different side of him. These two could run. Hell, these two could make a nice run with the U.S. title, either in the men's or the women's U.S. title, if they get back, if booking it does them well, producing good matches. So the video package was great. It fits the little spooky character they got going on, man. They got amazing personalities. Alistair's one of the best strikers in the game, so I'm excited to see what they do with this. You know, came over here, people would be worried about him and Rusev of switching sides, but so far, no complaints from me since they came back, so I'm excited to see what they do from this.
So the main event for the evening was scheduled to be Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre, and that would have determined the number one contender for Cody Rhodes' WWE Championship at the upcoming Saturday night's main events in November.
Yeah, November 1st.
Yeah. So as we stated earlier, Jacob Fatu did have a non-wrestling injury. Turned out to be dental surgery. There was an attack angle backstage. Jacob was left laying. Looks like it's going to be a whodunit type of thing because, you know, Aldis asked him if he saw anything. Fatu didn't really say much. Drew maintains that he didn't do it, which I actually believe. Only because it kind of fits Drew McIntyre's character that he has wanted to get a fair shot at a championship. Anytime that he has tried to get a shot at the world title or the WWE title, like, something always happens along the way that's like kind of screws him out of potentially winning. Mm-hmm. If you remember the World Championship saga, CM Punk had screwed him at every turn, starting at WrestleMania 40, then at Money in the Bank, like at every turn. Yeah. Clash. When it came to the WWE Championship, you could argue that the referee kind of saved Cody Rhodes at WrestlePalooza. And, you know, what Drew was doing in that match wasn't necessarily illegal. It was just like, you know, him trying to win. Mm-hmm. But, again, that fits in with his character. I go back to all that to say this. I believe I know who attacked Jacob Fatu, and I believe you know too.
Randy, you can't fool them. You can't fool us.
Yeah, man.
It's about damn time because, like somebody was saying, you're going to stare at the belt for so much longer, man. Yeah. You got to do something different, man. You keep staring at her. Go talk to her, man.
I will say this. Now, while I may no longer believe, and I'm not saying that it can't be, but I'm saying just because of like how long they've waited to pull the trigger, I don't think Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton is like a WrestleMania feud any longer. And if it is, it can't be for the WWE Championship. That's just kind of where we are right now. Mm-hmm. But I believe the story of we talked about that alternate ending that they wanted for WrestlePalooza, but obviously maybe they didn't go with it because they wanted to sell that Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins match more. Mm-hmm. I believe that the story of Randy Orton kind of, and I've been thinking on this, Cody Rhodes kind of like, in a sense, Cody Rhodes goes out giving out title shots, if you think about it. Like, over the past few years, he kind of just gives them out. And sometimes it may be because he's trying to be like a good friend. Because if you remember, like, before him and KO became like heated rivals, like, he straight up told Kevin Owens, like, hey, like, you deserve this. Yeah. I'm going to give you this match whether you want it or not. And obviously that went to a place. And typically when Cody's like rivals have him backed into a corner, he's like, look, like, I'm gonna put this on the line one more time. Like, and when I beat you, like, that's it. I believe that the basis for Randy Orton's anger can be as simple as, like, me and you been kicking it for years.
Everybody but me.
Everybody gets an opportunity, but I got to stand in the background, and I've had your back every step of the way. Kevin Owens pile drove me, actually, and cost me a couple of months. When I got back, you know what I'm saying? So, I believe that's the basis for Randy Orton's anger. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I don't know how long Jacob Fatu is out. So, I don't know if it gets to a point where Randy Orton has to go through Jacob Fatu first, or if Randy Orton has to get through a blood feud with Cody Rhodes, he might come up short, or maybe not. And then it gets to, hey, like, Jacob come back and, yeah, nigga, like, you thought this was just gonna slide? You thought I didn't know it was you? So I believe this whole thing goes hand in hand again with Drew's character, just because, like, we've never seen Drew. We've seen Drew back away from a fight. I ain't gonna say never seen him back away from a fight, but when it comes to a championship, like, Drew kind of like really locks in.
Yeah.
So I can definitely understand the angle of not being the one to attack Fatu in this instance.
Yeah. Like, plus that's kind of like a cheesy cop out of just, beating somebody up and trying to get their title back. We're gonna talk about that later with the whole Seth and Braun stuff. So. I think this is gonna be a fresh start. You know what I'm saying? Because SmackDown needs a top heel, I guess. Mm-hmm. Like, Drew is a good heel, but it's hard to root against Drew, man. His character work in the ring, on Twitter, he's just hard to fully like go against him. So Randy, like, we need like a new fresh Randy. You know what I'm saying? He's been like the good guy for a couple years now since he was with Matt Riddle. He's been like this smooth dude, hasn't done too much bad guy stuff. So I think this will be fresh. And if you want to get Jacob over,
yeah,
who else than to be with, than somebody like Randy, who is respectable, which could lead to, Jacob versus Drew, or either Jacob versus Cody, which could be like a good feud. Because like you said, we don't really need Cody versus Randy as like a 3-month WrestleMania build up. Like, it's just, it don't really hit the same. So. But this segment was amazing to me. We mentioned about the whole creative shakeup. Listen, me, you, and Tyler, I was like, listen, man, they ahead of me. I'm finna put my phone down for these last 5 minutes, because if it is a new champion, I don't want to know about it, because it felt shaky. Like, Cody coming
Rhodes
out there
wrestling in the suit, that's what I be talking about. Like, again, he just be giving these matches out. He came out there and said straight up, like, and they never clarified on commentary, I don't think. But they were just like straight up, like, the Cody came out there straight up and said, like, look, bro, enough. These people came here for a match. You want a shot at the belt? You got it. Like, out there with his button up on, dog.
I know your feet hurting, bro. You out there with the damn
dog out there with the loafers and the suit on, just giving the match out.
But this was like I said, this was something fresh, something super creative. Nobody knew what was going to happen. I thought that Drew really was going to win this match. Yeah. So
technically he did.
Yeah, technically he did, which was kind of
and again is another claim to the Drew McIntyre character that he never gets a fair shot at these things. Cody took what many would. If Cody was a heel, people would say he took the coward's way out.
Yeah,
when he hit him with the belt.
Another fresh start. We haven't seen Cody get like this over the edge. Little crumbles of when Cody finally turned heel. We know he won't, but this was still like. This was some creative fresh, you know what I'm saying? Because this easily could have been Drew just, all right, bro, I can't beat this man. We keep, nothing's going to work. I got to hit him with the belt. But this was something fresh. Cody hit him with the belt. I'm like, wait a minute. Are we finally getting it? You know what I'm saying? Cody come out there with a dark colored suit. Wasn't too bright. So, creative doing anything, finally, you know what I'm saying? Road Dogg, I'm sorry if you are the problem. But this was good. Way to end a decent show with SmackDown.
Yeah. Overall, I think it was, like I said, the past few weeks of SmackDown have been solid to me, but since the announcement of the creative overhaul, I've kind of like noticed things they've tried to do. I feel like stories are progressing really well. I feel like the quality of matches is continuing to do well, I should say. So yeah, I am overall pleased with that. As of today, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre for Saturday night's main event for the WWE title has been made official. I will say, I think it's time to go ahead and pull the trigger. Even if it's a couple months, I think maybe go for that alternate ending you were going for at WrestlePalooza. I think now's the time. There's nothing really standing in your way of doing it, so I would go ahead and go with that.
And then plus, if we do get what we truly want, Cody in War Games, Drew in War Games, they don't miss in those matches. That would be like a fresh way to, you know what I'm saying, kind of rekindle the beef of them going back over for Cody title chasing again. So I think it is time, you know what I'm saying? The Cody and Cena match, it did what it had to do. It kind of wiped away that WrestleMania moment. Cody and Seth, great chemistry, way to close their story for now. You know what I'm saying? Because Drew and Seth really doesn't seem like
they have good chemistry,
but it just wasn't.
But it would have been harder to tell that story based off of what the iterations of the character that were present at the time.
Yeah, so it might be time, man. I'm excited to see what they do from this in a couple weeks.
Monday Night Raw. Obviously, if you don't know, last week the Vision turned on Seth Rollins. Reason being that there was an injury. Pierce did explain he was aware that Seth Rollins was banged up after Crown Jewel, but he says, because of the attacks from Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, he never really truly knew the extent. But he had to unfortunately strip Seth Rollins of the World Heavyweight Championship, being that Seth Rollins is in real life having surgery, etc., etc. Braun Breaker rolls up to the arena with the World Heavyweight Championship on his shoulder. And I'm sure you saw the pictures that circulated this weekend. I think it looks cool as shit holding that belt, man. Like, the belt looks like it was made for him. And I've long believed that World Heavyweight Championship is probably, like, one of the better titles in wrestling right now. Like, that shit looks incredible.
Yeah, it kind of brings back the Batista big gold belt. So, that whoever put that picture out, the edit of it, like the kind of old school edit of it, incredible. Like, the time, I don't know like how much longer we gotta wait. If they do wait for Mania, it might be too late because the kettle is hot right now. So
listen, I wanted to talk about that, but I want to save it for the Battle Royal because I have like multiple thoughts. So I want to save it till we get to the Battle Royal segment. But we're just gonna say we're gonna kind of talk about the explanation that Paul Heyman gave, and it kind of lines up with what we talked about last week in terms of like, hey, like, we got your use out of you, bro. Like, why do you think this happened? We got the use we needed out of you. And ultimately, it lines up with everything we said. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed beat one of the best tag teams in the world, the Usos. Braun Breaker was already considered the future of the WrestleMania main event, blah, 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 future of the company, face of the company, all that. Bronson Reed just beat Roman Reigns. You, Seth Rollins, minted him the tribal chief, by the way, after he beat him. You serve no purpose anymore. You told them that was the mountaintop. For all intents and purposes, everything you've told them would indicate that they are at the mountaintop.
Yeah.
So I thought the explanation was good. I thought it was simple. I thought it made sense.
Yeah, and it wrapped up perfectly. Like, ironically, just wrapped up great. You know what I'm saying? It was getting – you hate to see Seth get hurt and had to end like this because it could have won another a 6-month storytelling. But
easily.
But we're kind of glad this ended right now because it was getting kind of stale. We didn't really see, like, Brun going for, like, tag team matches. You know what I'm saying? That would have been, like, a good way to push the storyline for them some more. You know, we haven't seen Brunson go for the IC title. Like, to me, this just worked out. Like, it worked out fine. Even with the segment later with Becky, like, hey, Seth needed you to beat Punk and Roman. He did that. He got his title. Not much more you could do with this. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to really progress the story too much because it's going to be like the same thing. Heels in Monday Night Raw on top. Are we going to keep recycling Punk, LA Knight, Jay, Seth, and all, it just was getting to a point. So wrestling guys kind of say this, I guess. So
I do feel like as a group they were starting to hit their stride, but obviously because of the injury, like you can't run two injury angles after you did a ruse of the century. Like like this was obviously for real. They obviously knew they had to do something, so they did what they had to do. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus the Judgment Day in a tag team championship match that you could argue was set up by Dominic running his mouth. Or you could argue like Adam Pearce decided niggas need to come to work and do their job. Depends on who you ask. Incredible match. And another example of, I don't know if this was the creative overhaul. I don't know if it was the plan all along. I think AJ and Dragon winning is absolutely the right move for several reasons. One, I'm never going to complain when there's gold around AJ Styles' waist. Mm-hmm. Two, I'm never going to complain when Dragon Lee is on TV. I believe when you have a wrestler as talented as a Dragon Lee, he should always be on TV. You should maximize those opportunities as much as possible. Obviously, they have done that over the past few months, and it has ultimately paid off in him now being a tag team champion. I believe this is his first gold on the main roster because he was North American champion prior to this. So I was pleased. There's been a lot of talk about AJ Styles, retiring in 2026. So it's important to you, to me, to all fans to like see that he's doing meaningful things. And that this last year is like as productive as possible. So I was definitely happy
to see AJ's last match next year if he comes to Atlanta. I just thought about that.
Man, I would hope so, right? I would hope so.
I just thought about that.
Because for whatever reason, I thought niggas would bring the John Cena retirement tour to Atlanta, and it just never happened. Nigga went to a couple different cities 2 or 3 times, bro. Like, that nigga went to LA like twice. Went to Indianapolis twice because Royal Rumble and then WrestlePalooza. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Like,
they didn't even go to Florida. Don't he live in Florida? Like, I don't think they went to.
They did not go to, which is crazy. Oh no! I'm sorry. They did. Saturday night's main event against R-Truth. One of the coldest uniforms of the retirement tour. From Lati, the creamsicle joint. But yeah. So hopefully we do get to see that next year. But yeah, I was very pleased with the outcome of this match.
Good match as well.
Great closing sequence too. Great closing sequence. The Styles Clash reversals. Mm-hmm. I loved it.
Yeah. Hey, fresh start, creative. Like somebody, we've been kind of complaining with this Judgment Day tag team title reign. What is it? 1 defense and
since like July.
Yeah,
bro.
in 100-some days. Don't know what they was doing with that.
That shit is sick, man.
Yeah, like the Raw tag division has been unfortunately stale. Yeah, you have talent on the roster,
just aren't using them.
You just aren't using them, like you said on SmackDown. Just have matches, but hopefully this changes with the creative stuff that's got going on with the reports. Hey, AJ, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta go this soon. You feel what I'm saying? You still got a little bit left in your tank, and then you know what I'm saying? They saying Dragon's contract might be expiring. Hey man, just how does go?
I will say that.
How does go? How you like gold on you, but
I've heard different things about the contract, but I will say I've always thought this was nasty to like push somebody just because like you want them to resign, and then like once you got their name on the dotted line, it's like gotcha, nigga. Now you back in catering. Like I really hope that they realize or have realized that they have something in Dragon Lee. Dynamic performer. Everybody's always looking, or I'm not gonna say everybody, like mostly WWE. When it comes to like luchadors, they're always looking for like the next Rey Mysterio, and I think that's where they mess up so much, bro. Like the connection that Rey Mysterio built with people, it's one of one, bro. Like it just can't be.
Everybody can't be an underdog.
Everybody can't be an underdog.
Everybody can't be the undersized underdog.
Yeah. And that's okay. Like, you don't have to try to make everybody the next Rey Mysterio. Focus on Dragon Lee being the first Dragon Lee because he is phenomenal, dog. Like, let him go out there and keep doing the things he's been doing, bro. Like I said, I believe that with like all luchadors they've ever tried to sign. Because I remember, I think you were on hiatus from like watching wrestling at this point, but like they tried to do the same thing with Sin Cara, bro. Like,
what's the other guy names too? Damn, they was an attack. Sin Cara and wasn't he?
Sin Cara and you're thinking about Lince Dorado and I'm forgetting the other one, but
he was in a tag team with somebody.
The Lucha Party. I'm forgetting their
Lucha
name.
House Party.
Lucha House Party.
Yeah.
Like focus on making these people the first of their kind, bro. Yeah. Don't just try to make them Rey Mysterio just because they have a mask on, bro. Like they're so much more than that. I promise you. Dirty Dom versus Rusev again. I don't really have too much to say about this. It wasn't a bad match. Obviously, this kind of, I guess, triangle between Rusev and Dom and Penta is going to go on for a little bit longer. I don't necessarily have an issue with it. Dom is, as we've talked about, like nailing the whole
Eddie 2.0 character.
Yeah, the Eddie 2.0 thing, and it fits him perfectly. I don't think you change a single thing about it. I do see that, and they kind of pointed this out on commentary, I think, in this match as well as in the tag team title match. Like, the Judgment Day is drifting further apart from each other, man. And it seems like Dominic is kind of like disassociating himself from the group in a way. Like, not fully, but there are times where he's kind of just like disassociating himself with the group. And, I mean, rightfully so. Every time we see Dominic on TV lately, like, he's always winning.
Yeah, solo dolo, getting the job done, doing his own creative thing.
Yeah.
The IQ of Dom is
networking with El Grande and Rare Kano. Like, hey, man. Now, when you see Finn Balor and JD on TV, they might put on a great match, but what happens?
Yeah.
They shoulders on the mat, so I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I am still, like, I don't know how they get there. Part of me feels like they're waiting for Liv Morgan to get back.
I think, I might slowly turn in that, because I saw that with the Roxanne kind of small pep talk to Dom, kind of blew off a little bit. So
yeah.
I'm a little nervous now, because thinking about it, do we need Dom and Liv back together? You know what I'm saying?
So I don't think you need them back together, but the story requires that, like, this has to go one of two ways to me. Or really, yeah, the story requires that Liv Morgan comes back and acknowledges this, bro. You can't just, like, pretend like it didn't happen. But it's like, do you have her come back and then you just, unceremoniously finally oust her and Dom from the Judgment Day? Because it was always coming before she got injured.
Mm-hmm.
Make no mistake about it. Do you do that, or do you have her come back to a landscape that, like, is unfamiliar? Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you have her come back to a Judgment Day where, like, Roxanne is, like, running around with your best friend and, like, I don't know.
Yeah, or do we, have Dom lose the titles and then it'd be like, shoot, I came back, y'all was champs. I mean, I leave, y'all was champs, I come back, y'all just naked out here. Like, what's going on?
Like,
so
I think there's a story to be told and you just can't ignore it.
It's probably going to be sprinkled on through some more during, like, these next couple of weeks.
It may not be of the magnitude of that particular story at the time.
Uh-huh.
But I'll say this. If Liv Morgan was to come back and, like, nothing was to happen with this, like, if nothing was to happen with that story, it would be like if you brought Roman Reigns back last year and, like, he just didn't say shit to Solo. Like, you're just like, okay, like, you beat up Paul Heyman? Okay. Like, that would be crazy. So I think you have to do something with it. I'm not saying necessarily stick Liv and Dom together, like, after the fact, but definitely have them, like, acknowledge it and, like, you know what I'm saying, figure out where to go from there. Maxine Dupree versus Becky Lynch once again for the Intercontinental Championship in Maxine's hometown of Sacramento.
Hey, man, Maxine, you're making us right our wrongs, man. You got it. You feel what I'm saying? You're looking better each time. The reversals, ankle locks, charisma.
I was about to say, there's been a lot of talks about, like, while she's not necessarily, like, fully polished as a wrestler,
you can see the growth, though.
You can see the growth, and the instincts are absolutely there. Like, she understands what it means to be a babyface. Like, all of the instincts are there. Like, when it comes to the kip-ups, when it comes to, like, you know what I'm saying, reacting in the moments. It's great. And I'm really starting to believe, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm starting to believe, man, she done beat Becky twice. Maybe she ain't pinned her twice, but she done beat Becky twice. And the second time, obviously the first time was just Becky getting a little overconfident, and also, like, she may have, pissed the official off. But this second time in particular, like, you could tell Becky was a little flustered, man.
Yeah.
You could tell, like, Maxine's, like, getting her out of her element. Becky done showed up for these matches thinking it's going to be an easy day at work, and Maxine letting her know, like, shit ain't sweet.
Yeah, like, I'm in the dungeon working.
Yeah.
My only disagreement with that is that Becky and Paul Heyman segment. It just
that's what I was going to get to that next.
That's like a different side of Becky. I think she could do something with that.
Man,
that's my only issue. And then plus somebody else mentioned how, like, after Becky, like, beat up Maxine post match, it just, like, we just transitioned too fast. Like like we didn't see nothing with Maxine. So if this was Maxine's like shot, good job. You made us believe in you more. Down the line, you are a future. Shout out to the mid card title. You're a future mid card title. Luckily with the U.S. and the women's intercontinental titles, you're not just like a regular comic act. You can be a champion for 2 or 3 months. So I think Maxine showed us that she can be a face of the mid card for some years down the line.
She's working, man.
Yeah,
she's working.
But going back to what I was saying, that Becky Paul Heyman confrontation, I think that you could just bring something. You could just tell a different story with that side of Becky, man. It was just amazing, man.
That segment did so much in terms of one thing that I always praise this particular regime over is not pretending like things don't affect other people or like it doesn't have a domino effect. Obviously, Seth and Becky are a real life married couple. Why wouldn't things that happen to your husband have like consequences, especially when y'all have become an on-screen pairing? And Becky was like kind of a part of the vision. I thought that part was really well done and just like, what I'm saying, connecting the dots, but also it did a lot for the continuity of Seth Rollins' character. Seth Rollins, for the most part, his character is one of the most consistent in WWE, along with maybe like 2 or 3 other names. His character is most consistent in like the principles he holds, the values, etc. Like last year when they were going around looking for War Games teammates to go up against Solo, and like Seth made it very clear to Sami Zayn and made it very clear to the Usos, like, don't ever ask me to stand on the side of Roman Reigns. It's not gonna happen, like ever again in this life. Becky like lets Paul know, like, I don't know why you think you got the one up. Like, this nigga always knew you was gonna turn on him. He was actually wondering what took you so long. Like, he always knew.
And then, like I said earlier,
and he used you.
Seth knew he needed Paul to beat Roman and beat Punk, 2 of Paul Heyman guys. He got his WrestleMania main event win. Like this was his first. I was his first WrestleMania main event win, and then, like you said, man, bringing all this stuff together just makes a better product. Like, now Seth coming back is more cool. Like, people have been complaining that like Seth gets like boring as like when he's the top guy. So I think Seth is better at the chase than being the champion sometimes with some of his character work. But that Seth return is gonna be amazing whenever it does happen. And then like this brings like another side of Becky. Whatever Becky does, it's just gold, man. Yeah. Like,
but look, the idea that Seth is potentially gonna be like on the hunt for niggas like when he gets back is like. And you don't know when he's coming back, but like it's just planting that seed in the back of people's minds was so important. Roxanne versus Stephanie Vaquer. This one left a lot to be desired to me. I think both of these two are like capable of better. We've seen them do better.
Yeah.
I think both of them are capable of better. Obviously, I think the match accomplished what it needed to accomplish, which was getting us to the next phase of whatever Stephanie Vaquer is going to be doing with the World Championship, and Roxanne being involved, just kind of with this Judgment Day stuff.
It just needed more. It wasn't too much emotion in like what we've been seeing lately with Roxanne, her being against Bayley and Lyra, and then Stephanie just got done beating Tiffany. She's been at the top of the mountain, so this is just kind of like a throwaway, but not in a real throwaway. My throwaway definition, just like the emotions wasn't there. So hopefully this builds up, because this could be potentially be a great match, a great feud. Get Roxanne some good looks, because Roxanne is the future. Stephanie is the now, and then that's my only issue. Just like the emotions wasn't there for this match for me, really, because it just hasn't been a good build up. So you're throwing a champion in like, I don't want to say a random match, but like in this kind of random feud just really didn't hit what it needed to hit. So.
Yeah, I was of the impression that it was gonna be like a feud, but then so look, we after the match, of course, golden rule here. You into it with the Judgment Day, watch back. Match ends, attack happens. We get the return of Nikki Bella, who we haven't seen in a while. Obviously comes to Stephanie's aid. They do a little backstage segment in the commercial. after the commercial, and Nikki Bella gives Stephanie Vaquera the most obvious "I'm going to backdoor you" speech ever I've ever seen. Like, they not even hiding that Nikki Bella gonna backdoor Shorty, bro. Like, that shit is crazy. I'm just watching. I'm just listening to what Nikki Bella's saying. Like, yeah, like, I know we've only been friends for a few months. First red flag. He's like, yeah, but you're a great champion. Second red flag. Like, nigga, this is very much a keep your friends close, enemies closer, all that situation. Like, Nikki is absolutely going to backdoor Stephanie Vaquera. The quality of match we are going to get, I do not know. I will say I do think Nikki Bella works way better as a heel from an in-ring standpoint.
Getting a little cringy, just a little bit.
So I think whenever that does eventually occur, we are coming up on Survivor Series. We are also coming up on Saturday night's main event. So whenever that does occur, I think it'll be pretty good. But yeah, like, to me, it was just the most obvious. Like, yeah, like, I'm gonna backdoor you at some point speech. Like, but definitely, like, watch my back, because I'd have made some ops. Like, yeah, no, she's gonna backdoor her. That's all I got for that one. If you got anything.
Nah, I'm just hoping they do Stephanie right, because you don't want to waste this title reign, because she is the future. So just make her entertaining. Like I said with Roxanne, she's the future. Make people want to keep watching her. Don't really care about the wins and losses, because this is her first year, bro. Like, It's going to be all right, bro. Nobody remembers some people's first year in the Fed, man. Just keep the product rolling, make her look good, give us good quality matches, bring us emotions in these matches. So just these throwaways, hope you're just doing them right, because people will turn, and we don't really want that, because we've seen that too many times of turning on champions because they're not in good feuds and good quality matches, man. So that's my only thing on that song.
Our main event for the evening. There was a World Heavyweight Championship Battle Royal, as we spoke about earlier. Seth Rollins had to vacate the championship due to injuries. So I have a few problems with how this, or I guess what transpired within this Battle Royal after whatever. First and foremost, obviously we spoke about the Paul Heyman and Becky Lynch segment. Couple minutes before, like, Becky gets to Heyman. Yeah, a couple minutes before Becky gets to Heyman, like, Paul is walking up to Pierce's office, and Pierce tells Paul, like, hey, like, I had to have production make a graphic change. And Pierce is like, you know what that production change was? He was like, no. He was like, oh, I had to get Braun and Bronson taken off the graphic because they're removed from the match. And first, I'm just thinking, like, okay, it's a swerve. Then Pierce, good shot, Jesus. We have on opening night, in the background, sorry. But, Pierce tells Paul, like, you know what I'm saying? Essentially, this is payback for, like, them niggas embarrassing Pierce early in the night when, like, Pierce asked Braun to give him the belt. And Braun talking about say please and all this. Like, so, Pierce gets his, good for Pierce, by the way. Pierce gets his get back on Paul, and essentially just, like, tells him, like, he makes Paul beg to get the Bronze back in the match. Tells Paul, say please. I think Pierce said, no. Slam door in this nigga face. Then another segment before the Battle Royal takes place, we kind of see, like, Braun and Bronson, like, trying to figure out why they're not in the Battle Royal, whatever. Paul essentially just telling them, essentially he gives them the whole "it's not your time yet" speech, all this other shit. So, actually, I'm not even gonna fully break down the Battle Royal because, like, it's a lot of nothing happens up until the last 5 minutes. Jey Uso wins the Battle Royal. I have a couple of problems with how all this went down. First and foremost, the first one being, like, we saw them pictures circulate over the weekend. We saw Braun Breaker holding that belt on Monday. You had an opportunity to follow up, like, so I'll say this. In wrestling, the best and worst thing can be an injury for two reasons. Worst, because it knocks your plan off track. Mm-hmm. Best, because now you got to figure out something new. And it may be better than what you had. Like, you remember in school, like, you might have accidentally, you know what I'm saying, or deleted your essay, or, like, your computer died in the middle of you writing it, whatever. But that next essay you write,
a little bit better,
is a little better, way better, might actually get you an A+.
Like, hey, then you know what I'm saying? Punk turned his boss up. Hey man, we got
2 nights. We got 2 crazy main events for WrestleMania 40. Off of that. So it's like,
we got the feud of the year last year. Like,
man, so you see I know they see this stuff because I know they're chronically online. It's been said. I know y'all see the reactions to like Braun walking around with this belt. You know what I'm saying? What people think and how they think this should happen. You take the Bronsons out of the Battle Royal. That's the first mistake. Second mistake, there are so many, and I'm not one to bag on Jey Uso, bro. I'm really not. But there are so many other compelling options that you could have put in Jey Uso's spot for that Saturday night's main event match. And again, I don't have an issue with Jey Uso. Like I'm actually more tame than like most people are about Jey Uso. Bro. Like
I see a lot of horrible stuff. About
yeah, like I've seen worse stuff. I really just like do not care that much. Like you know what I'm saying? Like nigga got himself over, whatever. But there were so many options in that ring. There was AJ Styles. There was Finn Balor. There was.
Did y'all say Sheamus came back?
Sheamus was in that match. There were so many options. And to me, I will say this. Prior to Braun even being taken away from the match, I didn't think Braun should have won anyway. I'm going to be honest. And I know that sounds crazy because like they should be like, strike while the iron's hot on young talent. But I was of the opinion, in the background these last couple of weeks, y'all been having LA Knight and CM Punk go back and forth. The layup to me was LA Knight winning that match. You go with Jey Uso. And I don't even want to say that's the safe option. But I don't know what to call that. I don't know why you do that.
Yeah,
I don't understand. I don't get it.
For this to be like on TV, because it's going to be some main events on Peacock and NBC, Jay versus Punk, it's not the story you want to tell, I think, for like a wide audience. Like you said, man, like, is it safe? Is it lazy? It's just, but like unfortunately with wrestling, you have to like have these little build-ups because LA Knight and Punk, their chemistry has been amazing. They're both great on the mic. We could have got 2 weeks of just haymakers on the mic going back and forth. AJ, like, okay, I may not have another title reign, but maybe the tag team, maybe that kind of changed that, so I don't know. Sheamus coming back, winning the world title, one last chase, different guys, but
it's so many other compelling
and then you said
stories.
This before, like, using the title to progress a storyline kind of is like a little lazy because this Jay and Jimmy stuff, it's kind of confusing. Like, what do we...
Listen, I'm going to just say this real quick. I was in the audience for WrestleMania 40. I saw Jimmy and Jay live. If that's the direction we're going, it's not needed. We've all seen that match.
We are doomed.
We are doomed. But also, it's just... I just don't understand. Again, like, I was of the opinion that no matter who was in the Battle Royal, LA Knight should have won.
Yeah, that.
But I also understand that contingent of like the audience that is like, you niggas refuse to do some cool shit when you see how people react to it, bro.
My only positive is that it's crazy if it happens because it's just like, why do we do this? But Punk and Jay fight and then like the Bruns like disrupt the match.
It's just
that just I don't think you want to do that in the moment.
There's no reason to do that.
Like
there's
it's just
zero reason to do that.
I just don't. Cause do we need like, bro, Jey Uso a 2-time world champion? Like that just sounds
and
like what is the legacy behind that, bro? Like,
and I'm wondering, I'm like, is this like? Again, I don't like using titles to advance stories all the time. I don't think it's necessary. I'm like, are they floating not only for like Jimmy Uso, but are they floating this around to the point where like eventually it's gonna get to like Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns for the world? Like, we don't need it. We've seen it, bro. And to me, like the Bloodline story peaked a long time ago, bro. You have to get them to move on. You have to get them to try other things, bro.
You can make the bloodline story so much better and do it in different ways. Like the power struggle is right there, but because now it's like, okay, Jay is a world champion. Like it just we just missed a layup. I just don't understand it, man. This makes
and to me and a lot of people, it's just like, what does LA Knight have to do at this point? Like it feels.
Who did he piss off? I'm just praying.
It feels like he's being punished for becoming a megastar.
I just, like I said last week, man, I just hope he just gets, if not at Mania, then I don't know where. Because then you think about it, like, does Punk need the title right now? Like, not really, because we can get Punk winning EC in Chicago next year.
Man, listen,
like
I would have put the belt on LA Knight for like a month, some change or whatever, bro. But it don't have. I'm not asking you to make these people champions for 300 days, bro. But you keep putting people, some of the hardest workers in the company, you keep, like, you know what I'm saying, putting them in positions that they shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get what LA Knight has to do at this point. Yeah. And my position on this at this point is Money in the Bank is in New Orleans, 2026, August. If he don't win the briefcase this time, I don't know what else he can do, bro. I really don't.
Fail a drug test. That's all I was
saying. Like, if he don't win the briefcase this time, I don't know what else he should do.
If he don't win that Mania or if he don't win the Rumble or something,
I do not know what else he should do, bro. He took the United States Championship, you know what I'm saying, gave Logan Paul one of his better matches in the entire time he's been in WWE, made the championship mean something. Lost it to Nakamura, won it back, elevated Jacob Fatu, you know what I'm saying, had a great match with Roman Reigns for an undisputed title a couple years ago, got the approval of John Cena. Like, what else does he have to do, bro? It's amazing that the crowd reactions have not dwindled. So what else do you have to do, bro? At some point, like, we got to stop doing this whole good things come to those who wait thing, Triple H. Like, we really do.
Yeah, then it's unfortunate. Like, you don't have to have this underdog win at big events. Just have it throughout. Like, just
again,
sprinkle it out. Like, y'all being like, it's safe and it's lazy. Like, I don't know what more we have to do because
you have to. It's just.
I said it last night. Jay's probably winning that main event, and that just doesn't nothing to anybody. Like, what do we do from that? Because I just don't know. Because, like I said, if you do get an interference, we can't have no champion for a month and a half or like 2 months. Like, it's just
sick, man. I don't know what LA Knight has to do, bro. I really don't.
I guess.
And people was like, he needs to walk out. I don't know. Maybe he do. Maybe he don't. But like, I don't know what else he can do at this point. I really don't. I'm not, I know they like to say, like, everybody can't be world champion, even if you think so. Like, no, bro. Like,
bro, this is
some people are very undeniable, bro. And like, LA Knight should be one of those people who are on the list of people who are undeniable.
This is a new era, man. This isn't like Mr. Perfect couldn't cut a decent promo. This isn't like Roddy Piper. Like, no, this is a new era. People are behind the right people.
Man, it's just like, there's nothing he can't do, bro. There is nothing he can't do. LA Knight could sell me on a match with a broomstick if he go out there and cut the right promo, bro.
Exactly.
I don't know what else he could do. And then, again, while I was not necessarily in contention of like people that thought Braun Breaker needed to win that match and then like go on a Saturday night's main event and beat CM Punk, but at the same time, like, we talk about this often, and I always reference AEW and Kyle Fletcher. And it's funny because I came out of Friday when they put that belt on Ilja Dragunov, like, feeling like, okay, like, they kind of get it. And when they put the belt on Dragon Lee and AJ, I said, okay, they kind of get it. They understand, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to switch it up. You got to do something different. Like, everything don't always necessarily got to be as planned. Breathe, you know what I'm saying? Inject some of the young blood into your company, whatever. But for Braun Breaker to not even get the opportunity after the reactions that I saw online this weekend, and like,
it just gets to a point.
You had him hold the belt going off the air last week. You had him raising the belt above his head.
It just gets to a point of like, all right, y'all are waiting too long for certain stuff, bro. Like,
what is
everything can't be a Cody Rhodes WrestleMania 40 moment, bro. Like, let somebody win on a random ass 9 Big 5 pay-per-view.
it seems to be an obsession with like, and you know what I think it is, like, legitimately, because I know Triple H was around in this era. I think he got some type of PTSD from when they did that shit to Randy Orton. Because if you remember, Randy Orton was like the youngest world champion in the world, or in the WWE at that time, and like he wasn't ready. Like he's going on record saying wasn't ready, blah blah blah, and that's why they like got the belt back off him, all that. I don't know if it's that type of PTSD or what, but PTSD or what. But
I think personality wise, Randy will tell you like, I had no idea Randy was in the army. He just went AWOL. Like I don't think these guys nowadays are like that, because Randy was like a nepo baby who kind of like wrestling was like his last resort, and luckily he kind of got it. So I don't think that shouldn't be. I don't know.
But it's like, here's my thing.
It does get frustrating because it's like, bro, like I said, man, everything can't be this big underdog feel good story. Like, okay, this WrestleMania 40. Yeah, we had to wait a couple years for Cody to get his moment, but bro, the iron is hot, bro. Like,
dog. And then it's like look, you have this developmental system. It comes on Tuesdays. We see it live. Some of these guys down there for 2 or 3 years. Braun Breaker was in NXT for about 3 years.
Carried the show
carried the show
when the show was dead. Like nobody was. But what is NXT 2.0 like?
Was the face, was doing all your media, etc. You don't call these people up until you feel like they are ready to be on that roster. If you feel like they're ready to be on the roster, then I don't understand why you can't push the button on some of this stuff, man. What are you calling them up for if you just gonna continue to hold their hand, bro? You can't wait till these people are 30, dog. I mean, granted, you could probably wrestle to you like 50, but you can't wait till these people are 30 plus to push the button, dog. You're not maximizing them while you have them, bro. I think Carmelo Hayes is like 31, 30, one of those. And the Ilya thing kind of made me mad because, like, Carmelo been here a year. And Ilya is another one of Carmelo's peers who got called up with him. And it got some type of trust shown in him. You know what I'm saying? Carmelo won a battle royal, but it ain't a belt. Tiffany Stratton got a belt. Lyra Valkyria got a belt. Braun Breaker got a belt more than once. Might be getting one again because I think they're supposed to be doing tag team stuff soon. Ilya just got like, if you don't trust these people, then why are you bringing them up, bruh? Why are you bringing them up? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I really don't. It's frustrating, bruh. There were several layups that WWE could have taken prior to that angle last week, and I just don't feel like they took it. I really don't. I feel like the best fallout from that particular angle happening was the Becky Lynch stuff. Yeah. That was it. Like, everything else just felt like, I don't know, bro. I just don't feel like that's how you capitalize off a moment. And to compare it, because the Falcons lost this week, the Falcons beat the Bills on Monday Night Football last week and came out on Sunday Night Football flat. Like they didn't even win that game last week. Played like complete shit. Didn't do what brought them to the dance. We got the best running back in the league. Didn't use him. Didn't put our quarterback in advantageous situations. Like, it's the same thing here, bro. Like,
yeah, man, everything can't be like the biggest moment, man.
We
saw that Friday, bro. Like, we didn't need Ilya to beat Sami Zayn on Saturday
on fucking SummerSlam or something, bro. Yeah, do it. Just do it.
Yeah, man.
Like, you had the same opportunity. You had a very hot angle last week.
Like, you could have. You
was coming off one of your best stretches of TV / pay-per-view, like, damn near in a year if you want to be real.
Yeah, this Friday,
the Crown Jewel, the Monday was, people was like, hey, like, the Fed might be back. Like, it's the best 3 days. Yeah. And then you come into Monday. Friday was good, too. And you come into Monday, you got a chance to capitalize. You got a chance to build off of this.
You're like, oh shit, all right, we can get behind this, but
and you just do the most lame duck shit. I don't get it.
Then going back, it's like, all right, what are we doing with Jay and Jimmy? All right, Jay is like this power struggle, being power hungry. Like, what's the end goal? Like,
I don't know anymore.
Like I said, man, we love Jay. The Yeet stuff is cool, but unfortunately, like, the bell got a ring, and then what? I don't know, man. He's like, you could have just had like Punk versus anybody could have been like a good match, but Punk versus Jay is just like, what are we doing?
I believe in CM Punk enough that like he gets something out of Jay. I will say that, but it's just.
And then it's unfortunate, like, because I turned it on late because I was watching the Lions game. It just was like, oh, shit, Jay won. He's probably going to win that Saturday's main event. And that was like, okay, what do we do from there? Like,
I don't know, man.
I guess yeeting in Utah is going to be the move. I don't know, bro. It's just.
Ain't going to be out there yeeting with fucking Mormons, man. And I also want to highlight, like, and I didn't realize this until I saw, like, who was in the Battle Royal. It's time for y'all to do a draft or something, bro. Like, that shit is crazy. That Battle Royal, granted, the Battle Royal consists of people who we normally see on TV. Yeah. But, like, Battle Royal got tag teams in there. Battle Royal got Tozawa in there. Otis. And I love Tozawa and Otis.
It's not believable.
I think, yeah. But I think they're criminally underrated wrestlers, and I think they should be used a lot better. But you got Tozawa and Otis in there. You got Ivar in there, like. What are we doing, bro?
Yeah, it just if you knew that Seth was hurt last week and he was gonna ride him on TV, y'all had like 6 or 7 days to just give us something better than what y'all gave us, man.
You niggas took the Brunsons out the match. I don't get it, bro. I really don't get it. Like, y'all had a chance. You did some lame duck shit.
Or you at least had them like had them come in there and beat up everybody in the Rumble or in the Royal. But
I would have had them beat up Otis and Tozawa and be like, hey, like, we're in this Battle Royal, whether you like it or not. Like,
yeah, man.
Some shit just be that simple, man. But yeah,
the layup was right there, man.
I feel like it was terrible capitalization.
It was a wasted opportunity, honestly. That's what it was.
Yeah, wasted opportunity, terrible capitalization or lack thereof on like a very hot angle, bro. Like when I turned off Raw last week, like I was legitimately puzzled by like what happened. I'm trying to figure out what's the next steps. And instead, you take these niggas out the Battle Royal and you do a lame duck, oh, yeah, we got a lot to learn segment. Like, fuck out of here, bro. Like, cut that shit out, dude. Hell, dog. That shit is sick, bro. But, yeah. That's all we got from the Raw review. Are we doing the fantasy booking thing again this week, or are we going to?
I don't know. Like,
I don't feel like enough change, to be honest.
Yeah,
like, especially after doing that bullshit.
That like, kind of like killed my little vibe. Because like I said, man, LA Knight and Punk was right there.
Yep.
Tag teams. Lately we got a tag team, new tag champs. Bianca, hurry up, please. Yep. I don't know. Like, no disrespect to Kiana James, but hopefully this builds up to Tiffany versus Julia. If not, what are we doing?
Winner take all does move me.
Yeah, just that's layup is right there.
Yeah. We'll see if they take that one.
Yeah, man. Monday just could have been great. Like, the Fed could have been back, bro. Friday, crazy creative. You didn't play it safe. Even if you did play it safe with Drew versus Cody, it felt cool. It felt different. This just felt like, all right, y'all, we gonna keep this. It's the same. Like it's repetitive. Like Punk, it just, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Monday, next Monday, they got to show us something, man.
I would hope so.
Because like I said, man, football season you can tell who's good, who's not good. Monday's gonna start being a lot better. I don't know how much longer we're gonna have 2 games on Monday nights.
Hopefully not long, bro. These niggas really put a game on at 10 p.m. Like, I would love to have been in the meeting when somebody suggested that shit, bro. I would have loved to have been in the meeting when somebody said, hey, like, we're going to put Texans and Seahawks on at 10 p.m. on Monday night. Like, I would have walked out that bitch, bro. Like, are you serious?
Release me.
Yeah, like, get me the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, man. Just, Hunter, if you listening, just, you ain't, shake it up, bro. Like, like we said, man, Crown Jewel was great. Raw threw us off the guard with the Seth turn, with the Seth getting attacked. Friday, decent show. Friday has been smooth. Then Monday, just, I don't know, man.
Yeah, niggas dropped the ball, and you was backstage too. So like, that like they showed you pointing the Dragon Lee AJ. So I know you was back there. Like, dude, you got to take the fine for this one being what it was, my nigga. But if we don't got nothing else, man.
Yeah, I'm good. You know.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here. We'll be back next week for episode 24. As always, follow us on all socials. When you see this, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Follow the network.
Follow the network, of course. Nothing ATL on YouTube. Off the Top Rope podcast on all networks, on all social media platforms. So that would be Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. But yeah, man, great episode. We are going to get home and enjoy the rest of what is left of NBA opening night. Thanks for tuning in as always, man. We'll see you.